everyone, and welcome to the first ever Formula Drift Skills Battle presented by Turn 14 Distribution. I'm your host, Lorette Nickel. We're out here at sunny Southern California's track, Irwindale Speedway, the House of Drift, because we have gathered 9 top FD drivers out here to compete in 3 skills competitions. Those competitions are biggest initiation, best wall ride, and for the first time ever, these 9 drivers are going to be put into a drag racing bracket to see who is the fastest man and machine combo in this Formula Drift field. And 1,800 points available across the 3 competitions. That means the driver that picks up the most amount of points wins the event and the bragging rights as Formula Drift's Skills Battle champion. Now, let's meet our drivers. The newest of the bunch, but a driver who has already captured the intrigue of the drifting populace. It's Royal Purple driver, Dylan Hughes. This is the man known for his mullet and that beautiful Toyota Supra. It's Rad Dan Burkett. He's the 2011 Formula Drift champion. It's Slide or Die Jiro Yoshihara. From Doylestown, Pennsylvania, but now residing in sunny Southern California, he is the 3-time Formula Drift champion piloting the NOS Energy Drink 370Z, Chris Forsberg. Our next driver is arguably one of the best chase drivers in the world. With multiple top 3 championship finishes and a brand new car, it's the Falcon Tire Fuel Suspension S15 of Odi Bakchis. Driver known for big flicks and crazy entries, he goes by 3 letters called JTP. In the Falcon Tire Ford Mustang, it's Justin Pollock. Representing the IE and coming in hot on GT radials, he is Ryan Littoral. Next up is 2013 Formula Drift champion piloting the Lick Romali FCP Euro BMW M3, it's Michael Essa. He's the newest driver to join Papadakis Racing and drives the 1,000 horsepower Toyota Corolla. It's Ryan Turk. The first skills test up, we have the biggest initiation. We are looking for the biggest, the baddest, the most angled out, yet controlled initiation possible. Each driver will get 2 consecutive scored runs from 3 judges who are also their fellow competitors. The randomly selected drivers will get a score from each run, and with a maximum of 100 points per judge, that's a maximum of 300 points per run or 600 points for both runs. The ideal run is to get the earliest and highest degree of angle in the car without spinning out or stopping while navigating around the clipping cone. Drivers will receive points for early initiation, smoothness, and degree of angle. Drivers must finish the run and show commitment through the cone to demonstrate control. Judges cannot award zeros. Die! How much fun is this? So the biggest initiation, the most angled, but the most controlled. So what are you finding that's the most challenging about this contest?
So this is super fun contest, right?
Yeah.
The hardest thing is we've never done this. This is like a first time trying and we only have 2 laps of practice. Mm-hmm. So basically I'm trying to find out what the speed and what's the point I should initiate.
Okay.
And I did 2 runs, didn't work out. So it's gonna be pretty tough, but it's a really good challenge.
Okay, and such a driver as your caliber, we saw you come out here and you actually spun. So what are you going to do to make sure that that doesn't happen during your run?
So that was too much momentum going into the main turn.
Okay.
So I'm going to reduce the momentum, on the first left turn, and then, a little bit more like easy on the right turn.
Okay.
It should be okay.
Chris, you just had your 2 runs, so I was watching your first run on that inner clip. You nailed it. You knocked it over.
Actually nailed it, yeah. A little too tight.
So your second one, though, when you came back, it just looked dialed.
It felt really good. Like, a lot of guys seemed like they weren't really using the whole track and just driving up and kicking the clutch when they hit the flat. And so my thought was, get as much speed as possible. So drive around the bank. I did a little handbrake at the end of the bank and just full throttle down the hill. See, the first run I was in 4th gear, and the second run I went 5th gear, and so that just gave me that extra speed to get around it.
Aha. Well, that's cool. Okay, so commitment here is the word.
That's the whole deal. We have enough runoff where you're not going to hit this wall. That's what we gave that extra buffer for, so we can really just throw the car and see who nails it.
Good. Well, best of luck today. Thanks,
you.
Chris. Dai Yoshihara, he is on the track. He's ready. He is the first driver up. So these drivers were randomly selected by me by a bingo machine, and we have our guys, our 3 judges here watching Dai's first run, and a possibility of all 3 drivers awarding 100 points for a perfect run. Dai is up for his second run. He's being judged by his fellow peers. Ryan Turk, the first run out, gave a high score. So just watching these guys, they're watching everything Dai's doing. He's on that big bank.
Dude, what happened? You and Dai have a falling out?
No, he understood right there, and he understood right there. What do you want?
So Dai, his first run got a really high score. His second one was lower. What did you see that changed?
So his first run was pretty good. He came to quick rate of angle, had a decent flick, and on the second one, he made a mistake. His flick was really lazy in a slow rate to angle, and he basically held the handbrake all the way to the inside clipping zone. That's not the judging criteria. You want to see it fast as flick as possible and as backwards as possible, and just make it look aggressive. So the first one looked good. The second one was a little lazy. That's it.
Ryan, thank you.
You're welcome.
Michael Essa is up for his first judged run, so he's on the line. These are his peers that are judging him. So again, they have a possibility for a perfect run, scoring him 100 points. So that's the scale, 1 to 100, and the judges can't score a 0. So Michael just came off that big bank, started the initiation. I feel like Essa went out a little bit further than Dai did on Dai's run number 1. And so the scores are starting to come in. We have Ryan Turk, Odibakchis, and Ryan Literal judging Michael Essa. Jim Lau is tallying up all of the scores. Now is the seeing up. So Michael Essa is back on the line for run 2. Right in that zone, a lot of angled out, and you can't score a 0, but he didn't finish, so I wonder what the guys are gonna do. Michael Essa, it was going so well that first run, and then the second one you spun out. What happened?
Well, the first run, I played it a little bit safe, knowing I could make it, and the second run, I was like, we only had the 2 practice runs, so just a little bit too short. If I had another couple practice runs, I know I can nail it, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Good, I'm so glad. Well, we have 2 more competitions to go, so good luck with that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge Low, I just do it perfect.
Oh, Dylan here stalls it, no! He's gonna be making up for that. All right, Dylan is coming in hot. Really great angle. Can he hold it? No! Is the pressure getting to Dylan Hughes? No way. Dylan, were you nervous?
A little bit, not too bad. I'm really liking the feeling of this whole kind of fun competition, just like hanging out. So that first one, I tried it in a higher gear than on my practice runs, and it felt good. I just came up a little bit short, and then the second one I initiated later, and it set me up a little bit better. So that second one, I was like, all right, I was okay.
Yeah, you got this. Yeah, well, good job. 2 competitions left, and we'll check your scores. I think you might be 3rd right now.
All right, no worries.
Thanks, Dylan. Okay, Di, real quick, you're currently in the lead, so what did you learn that you're applying to all the other drivers?
You know, it's pretty tough because I kind of have to set my base, and doesn't mean everybody else judges the same way.
Yeah.
So honestly, it's gonna be pretty like all over the places. But I try to do like deduct points. So I have my ideal line in my head and try to deduct the point from there.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so Dan's first run, he has had 2 practice days so far this year at Irwindale. I know this is a completely different setup. Odie's really strict, man. Odie is like super strict. I think he gave a 45, so I don't know. Is there some sort of beef between Dan and Odie? So now Dan's gonna be out for his 2nd judged run. Come on, Dan. Lots of angle. Not control takes out the clipping cone. Well, the 2nd run, it looks like you were really trying to go for it.
Yeah, well, we got one in the bag on the first run, so I was like, let's try up a gear and just throw it and send it, see what happens. Kind of knew that it could go wrong, but I'm just gonna go for like speed and, style points on that one.
Perfect, I love that.
Yep, that was cool. So, a little bit shaking still, that was fun.
Good, I'm so glad. Great job, Dan.
All right.
You know what's so much fun about this is that it's still a competition, and the guys know that the bragging rights are on the line here, but they still want to win, and of course they're in front of their peers, so they're doing the best possible that they can do. Chris Forsberg is up next. These 2 share a shop together. Dylan's judging his close friend Chris Forsberg right now.
I just said it looked like he initiated on the bank too early, so it brought him too far to the inside, and then it kind of messes up your trajectory for the inside. So I would be willing to bet he's going to be farther up this time, but I'd say that I'd give him about a solid 59 and a quarter.
59 and a quarter.
59 and a quarter.
Okay, all right.
Very specific. Give her the loud pedal! His wheels went full lock the opposite way?
He was really trying. He did not give up.
Did that count?
The first one felt pretty tame, and so I tried to throw it a little hard on the second one, went over centered, and then was like, well, screw it, let's try and bring it back anyway.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
cranked it back right and got it back, the front back around, so whatever.
Yeah, but I love that smile, and it just shows that you're having so much fun out here.
Oh yeah, that's the whole point, right?
Yeah, perfect. Thank
All
you,
right,
Chris.
see ya.
out and controlled initiation, and JTP, it looks like you had that dialed in.
I mean, I feel like every single time I try to initiate, it doesn't matter in competition or whatever, I'm just trying to initiate early and hard all the time.
Yeah.
So I feel like a skills like battle like this kind of plays to like what I try to just drive like.
Okay, well done.
Right on, thanks.
So Ryan Literal is up for his run number 1. Gold flake looking so good in his car. And we have the 3 judges. We have Chris Forsberg, Dan Burkett, and Dylan Hughes. So his car. But what's your judging criteria?
So for me, I want to see how long they can hold the backwards, the over center, and not just like about hitting it and coming out of it, but like how long you can like hold it smoothly coming into that. Okay. It just shows more commitment than just kind of over centering for a second. You gotta watch out for that bump. That bump's what got me on mine. It like popped me over. So it's tricky if you get too early.
Yoshihara right now, he is currently in the lead. He's the one that went out first, set the standard. So just keeping an eye on those scores. Maybe Ryan Literal can upset Dai Yoshihara. Who knows? So there was a lot of consistency and high scores from the judges. How good did you love that run out there?
Felt pretty good. Car feels really consistent. This isn't my usual competition car. This is just like my special appearance car. So feels good to be on track. Everybody out here with my old pride and joy.
Nice. Well done, Ryan. A test day out here at Irwindale a couple weeks ago, but this is the first competition that we're going to see Ryan in the Corolla. I'm really excited for him. We saw you not complete the second run. Why did that happen?
Yeah, I just threw it to lock too early. Didn't have the grip to bring it back. We're running high tire pressure today just to keep things flowing. I'm not trying to break the drivetrain and just have fun. So I just got a little too aggressive on that, and you know, the first one felt good, so I'll go with that one.
Okay, so Odi Bakchis is our last driver. So the scores are starting to come in. Odi coming in with a lot of angles. So I don't know if watching all of the drivers really helped Odi out here. Well done, Odi. Drivers checking out. What's the word? What's coming in? Everyone anxiously waiting.
I think Dai is
number one, Odi. So,
really?
Yep. So,
sick.
Yeah, so Dai was driver number one. He went out first. and he was leading the entire time. Odie goes out last and watches everybody and then takes the lead. Odie, well done.
Woo! Yeah.
So good.
That's so much fun. I honestly think my first one, I overdid it kind of. So I guess it looked pretty cool from the outside, but so it was just a lot of fun.
I'm so glad. So did it help you to watch everybody and then to go through the judging? Like, did that?
You know, I kind of had my own thing in my mind what I'm going to do anyway, but it was always fun to watch other people.
Yeah.
And to see if they're doing what I think I'm going to do. So it was cool. Dai was definitely on it.
Yeah, for
Dai is
sure.
just really smooth, and I thought he would have it, you know. So can't wait to see my run from the outside of the car. It is so much fun.
Up next, best wall ride. And for this, we move to the famous inside bank of Irwindale Speedway. The ideal run is to get as close to the outer zone objects as possible without hitting them. Hitting the objects hard or coming up too short will result in deductions from the judges. Drivers will receive points for maintaining angle, smoothness, and proximity. Judges cannot award zeros. Once again, each driver will be judged by 3 peers and receive a maximum of 100 points per judged run. With Jim Lau, co-founder of Formula Drift and president. Jim, we have the best wall ride, so talk to us about what the goals here are.
Yeah, you know, we're isolating one section of the Irwindale course, which is the inner bank. And it's a vital part of a typical competition, and we really want to treat it like it was part of the competition. How aggressive is the driver coming into the section, how consistent they are holding and going through the course, how fluid they are, and really how much control they have in this section. The noodles act just really as a prop to get them not so close to the wall, but still give them a reference point. So we'll see how consistent the drivers are doing in this section, and you know, again, it's a very important part of this course, and so we'll see how these guys do.
Perfect, Jim, thank you.
Yeah.
Dylan Hughes is the first driver up, and this is the best wall ride. Your purpose is to not hit the noodles, don't knock them over. Hit it too hard, that's a point deduction. If you knock it over, definite point deduction. They're all standing, so well done, Dylan. So Michael Essa, JTP, and Ryan Turk all watching. And Dylan just killed that. All the noodles are still in their rightful place where they started before Dylan went out on this track. So Dylan coming in, he must be coming in with a really high score. We're gonna wait to see what the 3 drivers judge him. Man, so 2 runs, and all noodles were in their original position.
Really?
Yes!
So I don't know if that means I was like way far off of them, or like hopefully it was close, right?
I think it was really close. I think what you did was really, really close. A high score.
Sick.
So, you know, as the first driver out, you have the highest score right now, and you're leading.
First place, woo!
Great job, Dylan. Ryan Literal just went out for his first run, and because you can't give zeros, he's at a 15. So unfortunate, really low scores for Ryan Literal.
Mike, what did you get?
10. 10.
Ryan Literal is going out for his second run. I know that he really wants redemption here. Dylan Hughes set a really high standard with 521 points. So I feel like this wall ride ride is very, very challenging because you guys normally know the distance between your car and the wall, but you're being asked to come off the wall a little bit. Is that more of a challenge?
The challenge about it is that we're used to linking it from the big bank to the inner bank. So now you have to judge proper speed and line, having to grip through the bank and then initiating halfway through that transition point. So you have to make sure you're at the right speed, at the right line, and be able to initiate at the right point to get at that higher line. But like you said, not too high where you're bearing and taking out the cones and stuff.
Right.
So it is very challenging.
Yeah.
I hope I did okay.
Yes, you did. Your second run was judged definitely higher than your first one.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I had to pull out of that one. I wasn't committing to that one.
Safety first, right? Good job, Ryan. What are your thoughts on that one?
That last one, he was like a micromillimeter off of that last one, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him a. What did he give him? Let me see. I'm gonna say a good old fashioned 9.0.
Yeah, that was a good run.
That was solid.
Yeah.
I don't know what he could have done better. I should have given him more, maybe. I don't know.
Well, do you make up for that on the second score?
We'll see. If he kills it, we'll see.
Okay.
It's up to Odie now.
It's up to Odie.
The ball's in his court.
What are your thoughts on that one?
Wow, that was legit.
That was good,
Yeah.
huh?
I thought, yeah, that was impressive.
Wow, really impressive. That's a big score, JTP. 90s?
Hey, you know, if you earn it,
Yeah.
you earn it.
Yeah. Odie, you're crushing it.
Oh, thank you.
That was so good. So your second run, well,
Uh-huh.
your first run was awesome. Your second run was amazing, and
Sweet.
you got high 90s
Really?
from all the guys.
Awesome. So I feel pretty good about working so hard on this thing. It's a pleasure to drive this thing on the track.
Good. And how challenging was that? Because you guys are normally your back end's right on the wall, but you have to come off.
Yeah, it's a weird visual. You know, we usually, when we get really close to the wall, you kind of feel it, and you feel touching it a little bit, and then you know you're good. Just lock it in and ride the rest of the wall. Here, you think you locked it in, and then you're like, I think this is where I need to be, and you just got to say, I'm locked in, and just stay here the rest of the wall.
Right.
Because you just got to kind of keep that distance to not knock over the noodles. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's definitely an interesting challenge.
Good. Well, well done, Odie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ryan, with Rad Dan out on the track, tell me what you just saw him do.
I saw that he had a pretty nice run up to it. I saw that he started to drop off a little bit towards the end, though, and didn't completely stay on the wall as long as he should have.
Okay.
But great effort for his first run.
We're going for round number 2. He's just getting set up here, checking out that bank, a little initiation to set him up, and let's see on that inner bank how it's going. Couple of practice days out here in Irwindale, but I would imagine that those aren't helping you right now with those noodles.
This one's a little different, and turns out you want both your runs to make a score. Going back to round 1, I didn't realize that. Wasn't paying attention all the way, so I tried to do 2 conservative runs, and I think I got a little closer on the second run, so hopefully I got some points.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I saw the guys. I missed what they gave you for
Yeah,
the
but
first
we'll
run,
find out
but you
later.
got points, and the second one I feel was a really great run for you too.
Thank you. High five.
High five. Chris has also had a couple of track days out here at Irwindale, and so you can see on his social media there's a couple of photos where he's just dragging that back bumper, and he's so close. I'm kind of wondering if that's a little bit of a disadvantage right now. We'll see. Second run coming up.
This is definitely the splash zone right here.
Chris Forsberg behind us. What are your judging criterias coming around here?
Well, I like seeing the car lock in and stay that way, meaning that it doesn't waver away from the wall, getting closer. That's a big one for me, and honestly the angle that you lock in and keeping that angle, that's kind of tough for me as a driver, so I'm kind of judging everyone else on that same thing too. So momentum is the third one, so all those three together, it seems pretty simple. It gets difficult.
You've had a lot of practice at Irwindale this last couple of months. You've been dragging your back bumper when we're here for practice days. I was wondering, is that a little bit of a disadvantage for you now because you have to come off the wall?
Yeah, almost. You know, every time we come here, the goal is the wall. Now it's like trying to pace yourself a few feet off with something that's very, very soft to the touch. If you touch it, it flips over. So trying to like gauge the wall with only 5 markers instead of one continuous wall is a little tough. So it was a fun challenge.
Okay, are you happy with your second run? Because
yeah.
there was high scores, very high scores in your second run.
Oh, great. Yeah, it felt really good.
Good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All
Good
right.
job, Chris. So let's talk about your judging criteria, because you
We're
went.
just trying to get him to like not knock it all the way over, you know, like just graze the end of it.
Yep.
It was
Overall.
just like the initial gut feeling. Boom.
Okay,
Right
good.
a score down.
I think that's
'Cause
the smartest way to
otherwise
go.
I'll overthink it, you know.
Yep.
I was thinking like the way he entered, his car was doing some weird thing, but I guess I shouldn't even think about that. So I'll give him a good score.
I
on
don't
the
know.
second
Isn't
one.
that part of it though?
I know, but
How
I think
you-
it's just a wall ride, and he did pretty dang good. So it should have been like an 84.
Well, let's see how
Let's
it
see
goes
how he
second
does
run.
this one. Yeah.
Steinberg's second run out here, so we're going to watch how he enters. And again, commitment is the name of the game here.
How'd I do?
You did so good.
All right, because I needed to pick my score up from the other competition.
I know. So you came in with a score of 521. Odie has a score of 546.
Okay.
So there's a few points difference there, but
But I closed the gap a little bit.
you did. Yes, you did. And you did a great job your second run.
Woo!
Were you more comfortable out there?
I'm getting more comfortable. Every
Love
time I take a lap in this thing, I'm getting more comfortable with it.
So glad to hear that. Good. Good luck, Ryan.
Thank you, guys.
far?
Yeah, he was down to like the single hash mark on that one. And then since this is like a pretty typical run for us, it's like this should be the easiest one for everybody. So you kind of got to get a little harsh with the numbers. You can hear him just screaming the limiter, trying to hold the speed up, but like his approach just drove him away the whole time. So just like the commitment is like what you need to, because you kind of have to come in with the momentum to keep you out in these last two. The last two are the hardest ones to hit.
And you know you're up to like top gear, start the initiation, but you're gonna go around the bank. Those noodles, man, are they more challenging than they look?
I think it's just because they're really hard to see. The wall is like very prominent. It's easy to see, so it's easy to place the car right on the wall. And if you get into the wall, you can feel it and kind of gauge it. The noodles is just kind of very arbitrary, and like I said, they're hard to see, so it's challenging for sure.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
Give me your early thoughts.
It was decent. He didn't have a ton of commitment coming in, shallow angle. I'm generally giving everybody a 90.
Start at 90 and then work your way down?
Up or down from there.
Okay.
Everybody's a pro here. They deserve a 90 to start with.
Hey, I like it. The second run better?
That was way better.
Way better.
Second run was way better. A lot more commitment, good angle. He really nailed these last three pool noodles. Like, he was pretty much perfect, not in them, not far away from them. That was one of the best runs I've seen.
Excellent. Thank
so
you.
far.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. Justin, I saw a lot of really great scores in there, and Ryan Turk told me that he felt that you were totally committed. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, just throttle down and like no lift, just get after it, you know?
Jim, what do you think about the scores right now?
Well, Odie's in the lead, and Dai is last up. Odie got the best of Dai on the last one, so let's see if Dai can get Odie on this one.
It's a 5-point disparity, so like he's got 546. He's got to be in that 535, 540 area.
I think I undervalued that run.
Yeah, I mean he's got 252 right now, so he's like a little under 300 points behind. So it's gotta be a good one.
That was just very, very smooth. So his line was really consistent all the way through, which I'm guessing Odie's was too. But yeah, I think Dai does have an advantage because he's on that right side of the car and he can see the cones, where I know all the guys on the left-hand side, like myself, you're kind of gauging off of the wall because you can't see the cones because they're so low.
Dai, right now there are 25 points difference between you and Odie. So you two have been so close this entire competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, so drag race. We have that drag race competition coming up. What do you think your chances are?
I don't want to be a candy ass, but it's gonna be pretty low because I'm always having a hard time like launching. So yeah, I don't think I'll be that fast, but I'll do my best.
Okay.
But 1,000, that's a
great number.
I take that over 1,025.
Would not.
Let's go drag race.
Now let's take a look at our Turn 14 distribution leaderboard. Right now we have Odie Bakchis in the lead. He's leading Daijiro Yoshihara by 25 points. We have Odie with 1,025 points and Dai Yoshihara with 1,000. After 2 competitions, we have arrived at the 3rd and final contest. This is the drag race. What we have done is randomly selected the guys into a drag race bracket. They are gonna line up by pairs, the light's gonna extinguish, and whoever gets to the line first advances. We're gonna continue this process until we have one final winner. Odie, this speed is incredible out here. Are you feeling really comfortable with it?
Yeah, it's really a bizarre feeling to just rip that fast out of the hole. And the track's kind of grippy, so it's really strange feeling this car like really get up to speed that quickly.
Okay.
I'm gonna go enjoy my bye run.
Yeah, good luck. You are sitting here in your car. Odie has his bye run. You are going to be the first competitor against Ryan Literal. But is this so much fun?
This is the weirdest thing. Like, surprisingly, like I took it just off my drift setup and I ran it down the first lap and it just spun the tires all the way through the entire track. It just spun them all the way to the end. Came back, dumped all the pressure, dumped all the shocks, took everything out of it, and it still spun it all the way to the end. So, I don't know, like I feel like a lower horsepower car might actually be faster right now. So I'm gonna just try and keep the wheel speed, keep the tires from spinning. Hopefully I can get it to hook and hopefully we'll just pull length on them or so.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Now, Dylan Hughes is going against Ryan Literal, and right now the two are paired up. They are, again, going to be the first battle, and Ryan, something completely different. We don't have this all-out speed in Formula Drift, so do you feel like your car's set up for this?
Not necessarily, but we have the brand new GT Radial Champiro SX2 RS, which is a 295/40, brand new compound. This is easily the slowest car on the field right now at about 760 horsepower. I know everybody else is up to about 900 around that area, but like I heard Dylan mention right now, that might be a disadvantage for some guys for keeping traction going down the straight. So we got everything aired down. We got our suspension set up the best that we could get it within 2 laps, and we're going to give it our all right now.
Good luck.
Thank you. Learning and dialing in the car. I'm really happy with the way the tire's performing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we had so much grip going down the straight, and I know that's the only reason why we got Dylan in the end. So.
Well, exactly like what I told you at the beginning. I think that the horsepower is actually hurting me at this point. What, you're about 750?
We're about 760. We have one more power level. We could bump it up to 8 as well, but we were struggling just to keep the traction down the straight, even the power level that we're at. So I definitely think having higher power here is a slight disadvantage.
Slight disadvantage for sure. So yeah, good race, man. I see you put the big dog tire on the back of that thing, but that was good stuff either way, dude. That was awesome. It didn't red light you? Was I just that lazy off the start?
I guess.
Well, Steph Papadakis said that you had a half-second jump on Dylan.
I mean, unless the official said something, I don't know what to say.
Hey, man, if nobody said something, it's all good.
Run it again, we can run it again.
Let's do it again.
Behind us in staging is Justin Pollock. He's going to go against Chris Forsberg. Now, we saw them go up against each other in practice. JTP was faster, but when that green light extinguishes, it's contest time. So could Chris pull out a win? Let's go talk to JTP and see what he's feeling and thinking.
I don't know. I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. We haven't ever really been able to take our drift cars drag racing, so it's just a different discipline that I think it's a super equal playing field, and it's just going to be a blast.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You are going to do battle against JTP.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on that?
He's actually quick. Like, we are on the smallest tire out here, so, you know, we're doing what we can. And, but yeah, we ran him in practice, actually, and he pulled me a little bit. So he's quick, so I got to make sure I nail it. There's a fine line of building torque and blowing the tires off. And so I was kind of spinning tires, and so I got to be more gentle.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Left lane is the way to go?
100%. There's no traction in the right lane.
And you were in the right lane?
Yeah, Chris, like, I was gonna get the left lane and then he snuck me. I was like, oh, well, we'll just run it, whatever. Nice job.
Yeah, no, it was nice run. I also, the other thing, when we ran, like, it didn't go into fifth, but yeah, down the straight I was struggling, but what I also did was I was launching in second, now I'm launching in third, and so it just keeps it out of the boost way longer. And so I was able to get out of the hole better. So.
Yeah, I tried to pedal it because I was like, I spun or off the bat a little bit more than the left lane definitely has a lot better grip, it felt like. But it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Nice work, guys.
Actually, I was thinking of, oh, maybe I can win.
Yeah, you had a good launch, and I was like,
you were like,
oh, damn. And then I was like, no, I'm coming.
It was fun, though. It was fun, yeah.
Did you pick up more traction? Is that what happened?
I spun off the line, and then instead of lifting, I'm like, maybe if I just let the tire spin, and I didn't want it to bog down if I lifted, so I just let the tire spin in first, let him kind of catch up, and then started shifting, and then just pull, and got him on the top end. So
yeah, towards the end, he was so fast.
Right.
And I was just spinning, so I have to like try to like easy on it.
Grip, yeah.
But still, that was a good battle.
It was fun, man.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
We're doing a little bit of betting over there. I'm in the losing camp right now. I've pretty much lost both times, but I got Ryan Turk. I got $1 on Ryan Turk right now, so we'll see if he can take out Burkett. But Burkett sounds like he's a little bit of a dark horse, so you never know. And Essa, the top end on that car is insane. To get die out of the box, or to lose to die out of the box by that much, and then take him down the line, that was pretty cool.
We're gonna see Rad Dan and Ryan Turk do battle in this drag race competition. How good are you feeling about your chances against Ryan?
I feel good. I think we can do it. Okay. So Ryan has a really wide tire. I don't, but we'll just see. He has a 4-cylinder, I have a 6-cylinder, so there's like give and take on both ends. But it's gonna be a good race. 2 purebred Toyotas, but I think I'm gonna win this one.
Oh, I like the call out. Best of luck, Dan.
Let's see what happens.
Yep.
For like this 500 sportsman tree, where it's 0.5 seconds in between each of the lights, you want to leave in the third yellow. So right when the third yellow turns on, you leave then, and you won't red light.
Okay.
You'll have a really good reaction. Talk to him a little about holding first gear and second a little bit longer.
Okay, he's racing, so let's get out there and watch. He got it.
Yeah, so he got it. Yeah, I don't know what his reaction is. We'll look at the time slip for that.
Yep.
But he ran a 7.5 earlier today in the practice, and then he ran a 7.5 again. So that's good that he's consistent. And then if we show that his reaction time is also consistent, then he could totally win today, because if you've got a good reaction time and you got a fast car, then you could be unbeatable.
For sure. Well, great job coaching your boy, Ryan Turk. Odie taking the win. How much fun was that?
It was a lot of fun. It's fun running a old-time friend too and drag racing. I never would have thought we'd be drag racing.
Never, we're both not drag racers.
And what's so cool about this, the connection that you two have, is that you are the reason that Odie got into Formula Drift.
Yes.
Pretty much his fault.
It's his fault? Yeah.
You can blame me.
We'll blame you. Yeah, but so the speed going forward, are you real confident?
You know, every single run is different. I'm like either too much wheel spin or not enough off the line. I'm kind of learning as I go.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck for the next battle.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Same thing you did the run before.
Okay. Right.
Well, when you get advice from Steph Papadakis like that to just do exactly what you just did, man, that must just inspire so much confidence.
Yeah, it does. I mean, obviously, I'm inconsistent a little bit. Like, we're pretty close on times, but I should be able to better my time by a little bit each time, just from getting more experience. But I don't know, getting a little nervous out there. This definitely brings the competition element 100%.
Okay, well, the thing is, you're in the finals. So we're gonna have the battle of Odie Bakchis and Chris Forsberg. So you're gonna take the winner of that battle.
Okay.
Tell me your thoughts on both drivers.
If he's turned up, Chris is making probably the most power out of anybody here, but that doesn't mean anything right now because it's really hard to put the power onto the track because it's not prepped. Odie's got a V8. I think he's at a disadvantage because he's got too much torque. He can't put the power to the ground off the line. Okay. So I think having a turbo car, the way the track is prepped right now, is definitely in the turbo car favor.
Okay, Ryan, thanks.
I think we were like psyching each other out because I think we would have done better if we weren't like this.
Yeah.
I think we're like not paying attention to our own car. We're like kind of.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
All right, well, I'm gonna go watch you run.
Yeah.
So the way this is breaking down is it's you and Turk in the finals, right? If you beat Ryan, you win the whole event.
Ah, that's not gonna happen.
If he beats you, he wins the whole event.
You don't need any help.
That dude is quick, but it was fun, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was exciting seeing both of our cars like look back, and it's just like.
That was like a Fast and Furious moment right there.
Here's the road limiter across the finish. I was like, no! Yeah.
Is there a lane that has an advantage?
You know, Justin Pollock said he feels like the left lane's definitely faster, but I didn't feel a difference. I prefer the right lane. All right, Ryan didn't let us down. That was awesome. That wasn't Ryan's fastest run, but it was still freakishly fast. That car is just, it launches very well off the start.
Chris, you called it. You knew.
Yeah. He had the fastest run on everyone by like a half a second. Did a 7.3 right before we went, and my best is like a 7.8 or 7.9. So I did a different like launch
style. Like we just put a little more grip in and tried to launch in a higher gear to get the lug up, and I dropped it too hard and it spun the tire.
Yep, it was a gamble. But Ryan?
I think everybody was having trouble putting the power down. The track wasn't prepped, so it makes things a lot more difficult, especially with the high horsepower cars. And since we have the biggest tire out here, it's a lot easier to just drop pressure and get a lot more traction, which obviously helped us out there. So
not bad for a little 275, you know? Seriously. She was holding strong.
Good job, guys. That concludes the first ever Formula Drift skills battle presented by Turn 14 Distribution Competition. Top 9 drivers, but it was Odi Bakchis that came out strong, winning the best initiation and best wall ride. But it was Ryan Turk that took the win in the drag race. Odi Bakchis, overall, you are our winner of our first ever event. I'm gonna give this to you.
Awesome.
Spray that champagne. Guys, we'll see you on the track.
This way,